Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're tackling a classic tech headache. How do you get that perfect 4K video signal from, say, your game console to your TV when they're just too far apart for a normal HDMI cable? It's super common, right? You've got this amazing 4K TV, maybe your beefy gaming rig is in another room, and, well, a standard HDMI cable, it's just not going to cut it. You want that perfect picture, that smooth motion, but distance gets in the way. So what's the solution?
Well, it's fascinating, actually, because there's specific tech designed for exactly this problem. We're diving into a product page today from HDTV Supply. It's for the WolfPack 4K 60Hz 4.4.4 HDMI HDBaseT Extender. Goes up to 220 feet over CS6. And it has POH or POC. Our mission here really is to break down what matters for you, the listener, not just what it does, but why it's, such a key piece of kit for getting top-notch audio and video over those longer runs, helping you bridge that gap without losing quality.
Absolutely. We've all felt that pain, haven't we? You invest in a great 4K setup, a powerful source, and then, bam, cable length limits. Traditional HDMI cables, they're great for short distances, sure, but stretch them out.
Okay.
Especially with 4K 60 Hz, you start seeing issues. Flickering, maybe dropouts, or just nothing. It's so frustrating when your gear is top tier, but the connection is the bottleneck.
Exactly. And that's where an HDMI extender like this WolfPack one really shines. It's built specifically to overcome those distance limits. So instead of one super long, maybe fragile, definitely expensive HDMI cable, it uses something much more common and robust. Standard CAT6 or CAT7 network cable. This specific model, it's rated to send that pure 4K 60 Hz signal up to 220 feet. That's about 70 meters. The core tech making this possible is HDBaseT here.
HDBaseT?
Yeah, for anyone not familiar, think of it as a global standard. It basically lets you push uncompressed HD video, audio, power, even control signals, all down a single network cable. It's the engine that makes these long-distance, high-quality extensions reliable.
Okay, so if I'm getting this right, the big win here isn't just the distance, though that's huge. It's that it uses regular old CAT6. Something maybe already in the walls, or at least much easier and cheaper to install than a massive HDMI cable. That feels like a game changer.
Oh, it's enormous, honestly. CAT6 is everywhere, it's affordable, it's flexible, way easier to pull through walls or conduit than those thick HDMI cables. I remember trying to fish like a 50-foot active HDMI cable once. Nightmare, bent pins, kinks, you name it. With CAT6, those problems mostly disappear. It just simplifies the whole physical installation process, opens up way more options for where you place things.
Right. Now let's dig into the quality promise here, because the name itself shouts high performance. 4K 60 Hz 4.4.4 top. This isn't just about resolution, is it? It's about the smoothness, the detail, and especially that 4.4.4 bump, the color accuracy. Getting the picture exactly as intended, no compression, no compromises. That's crucial for real immersion, yeah.
Totally. That 4K at 60 Hz means smooth motion, great for games and action movies. And the 4.4.4 refers to chroma subsampling. Basically, it means you're getting the full, uncompressed color information, no shortcuts. Your reds are really red, your blues are really blue, especially important for text clarity or detailed graphics.
And the tech specs back this up.
They do. It supports HDMI 2.0, which gives it the necessary 18 Gbps bandwidth. That's the pipe needed for 4K 60 Hz 4.4.4. It also handles HDR10 for better contrast and brightness, and it's HDCP 2.2 compliant, which is essential for protected content from like Blu-rays or streaming services. So it's ticking all the boxes for modern high-quality video. And like we said, 70 meters or 220 feet for that top-tier 4K 60 Hz 4.4.4 signal. If you drop down to 4K 30 Hz or 1080p, you can push it even further, up to 90 meters.
That's impressive range and quality.
Okay,
so visuals are covered. But another common setup headache is power outlets, right? You've got the transmitter, the receiver. Needing plugs at both ends can be a pain. This WolfPack thing has POH or POC. What's that about?
Yeah, POH, power over HDBaseT, sometimes called POC, power over cable. It's a huge convenience factor. It means you only need one power supply. You plug it in at either the transmitter end or the receiver end, and it powers both units over the CAT cable itself. The product page mentions dual POC, suggesting it's pretty flexible about which end you power from.
Okay, hold on. So if my TV is wall-mounted and getting power to a receiver tucked behind it is tricky, I could just power the transmitter unit near my source device, and the receiver gets its power through the network cable.
Exactly. That's the beauty of it. Fewer cables, fewer power bricks cluttering things up, and much cleaner, more flexible installations. It solves a very real practical problem.
That is clever. Definitely a win for clean setups.
Yeah.
So power simplified, visuals nailed down. What about the sound? A great picture needs great audio to match. Does this extender compromise on the sound quality over that long distance?
That's a critical question for anyone serious about their audio, and the answer here seems to be no, it doesn't compromise. It supports pass-through for high-definition audio formats. We're talking Dolby True HD, DTS HD Master Audio, the lossless formats you get on Blu-rays. These travel right through the HDMI output to your TV or AV receiver.
So full surround sound, uncompressed, is still possible.
Yes. And it also has audio extraction built in. There's a 3.5mm analog output and an optical Toslink output on the receiver. So if you need to send audio separately, maybe to a soundbar or an older amplifier that only has optical or analog inputs, you can do that. The specs mention support for up to LPCM 7.1 channel audio and a sampling rate up to 192 kilohertz. So yeah, high fidelity audio is definitely part of the package.
Okay, that's comprehensive. Video, power, audio. But this device seems to have some more pro-level tricks up its sleeve too, right? Things like an HDMI loop out, EDID management, and IR and RS-232 pass-through. What do those mean for someone setting this up?
Right. Those add a lot of flexibility, especially for more complex setups. Let's break them down quickly. The HDMI loop out on the transmitter is simple but useful. It gives you a second HDMI output right there at the source. So you could have a local monitor connected, maybe next to your PC or media player, while the main signal goes over the extender to the far display. Very handy.
I see. Like for checking the source is working okay locally.
Exactly. Then there's EDID management. EDID is basically how a display tells the source device what it's capable of, resolution, refresh rate, color formats, etc. Sometimes with extenders or switches, this communication gets mixed up. EDID management features allow the extender to ensure the source sends a compatible signal, preventing handshake issues. It helps guarantee a stable picture.
Okay, makes sense. Like ensuring compatibility.
Yeah.
And the IR and RS-232, that sounds like remote control stuff.
It is. Wideband IR pass-through means you can point your existing remote control for your Blu-ray player, cable box, whatever, at an IR receiver near your TV. And those signals get sent back through the CAT cable to the transmitter near your source device, controlling it as if you were right there. Bidirectional IR means it can work both ways, too.
So I can hide all my gear in a closet and still control it from the couch.
Precisely. And RS-232 is similar, but more for professional control systems or home automation. It's a serial connection, allowing for more robust two-way communication. You could integrate this with something like a Control 4 or Crestron system to manage your source devices remotely. So it extends not just AV, but control, too.
Wow, okay. So this isn't just a point-to-point extender. It's kind of a hub for extending your whole AV experience, control included. That's pretty powerful.
It definitely moves beyond basic signal extension.
Now, you mentioned installation earlier. The product page has some specific warnings. Don't use EZ45 connectors, and don't use patch panels for the CT6 runs. Why is that important?
Good question. Those warnings are all about maintaining signal integrity, especially at these high bandwidths. HDBaseT, particularly pushing 18 Gbps for 4K 60 Hz 4.4.4, is sensitive to the quality of the connection. Easy to RJ45 connectors, while convenient for termination, can sometimes alter the cable's impedance slightly or not provide as solid a connection as traditional punch-down jacks or properly crimped standard connectors. Similarly, patch panels add extra connection points, each one a potential source of minor signal reflection or loss. For the absolute best performance and reliability with high bandwidth signals, a direct, high-quality CAT6 or HDTV cable run between the transmitter and receiver, properly terminated, is recommended.
So basically, follow the instructions for the best results. Don't introduce extra potential failure points.
Pretty much. It's about maximizing reliability for that demanding signal. The specs also mention ESD protection, electrostatic discharge protection on both units, which is good. It helps protect the gear from static shocks or minor surges.
Okay, so it seems robust if installed correctly. We should also probably touch on the source here, HDTV Supply. They mentioned being a 24-year global home for audio and video products, certified since 2003, top Google shopping ratings. And the WolfPack brand is an HDBaseT.org approved adopter. Does that background add confidence?
I think it does. Longevity in the AV market suggests they know their stuff and support their products. Being an HDBaseT adopter means their implementation should adhere to the standard, ensuring better interoperability and performance. And seeing the price, $100, in context is useful too. They list other WolfPack extenders, like a 400-foot one for $250, or a simpler 4K 30Hz one for $60. It shows this particular model sits in a sweet spot, offering high-end 4K 60Hz 4.4.4 performance, and features like POH and IR control at a pretty accessible price point. It delivers a lot of value for that $100.
Yeah, that context helps. It feels like you're getting pro-level features without necessarily a huge pro-level price tag. So, all right, let's try to wrap this up. Let's unpack this one last time. We've looked at this WolfPack 4K 60 Hz HDMI HDBaseT Extender. It seems like a really solid solution for that core problem. Getting high-quality 4K video, like 60 Hz 4.4.4, and high-def audio over long distances up to 220 feet. It does this using standard CAT6 cable, simplifies power with that POH POC feature, and even throws in handy extras like the HDMI loop out, audio extraction, and remote control pass-through. Seems like a versatile bit of gear.
Absolutely. What's fascinating, I think, is how it bundles so many advanced capabilities: 4K HDR video, lossless audio support, bidirectional control, simplified power into one package, specifically designed to beat the limits of standard HDMI. This dive really highlights how HD-based technology translates into practical benefits, giving you the freedom to place your AV gear where you want it, without sacrificing the quality of the experience. It's empowering tech, really.
It really is. So here's something to think about as we finish up. When technology like this makes sending pristine audio and video over long distances so, well, easy and relatively affordable, how might that change how we actually design our spaces, our homes, our offices, maybe even public venues? Does it free us up to think differently about where screens go, where sources live, and how we interact with it all?